Here we go.
Somewhere over the rainbow? Somewhere over the rainbow. Hello, today, yes, we are attempting to make a rainbow pizza. This is hopefully going to be a lot of fun. A video I've wanted to do for a very long time. Years ago, we actually made a rainbow grilled cheese. It was really, really fun, and it's kind of like taking that up to another level. And hopefully we're going to shove in this rainbow monstrosity. It might be a nice, quick, fun video, but it's something, like I say, I've always wanted to do. Let's see if we can bring a rainbow pizza to life. All right, let's get going with some rainbow pizza theory. Rainbow pizza theory. So, there's two different ways I've been thinking. I thought about this way too much. Pizza number one, pizza number two. I mean, actually, there was a pizza three as well. So one of my first ideas was pizza number one. This one here, we're laying it out to wedges. So where effectively we get our dough, and almost like the game Trivial Pursuit, we have like cheese blocks or wedges of the color, which would make an amazing looking base. Kind of like a spinny wheel on a game show. But if we were to put toppings on it, the only thing that will probably actually show would be the crust. So it would look still like a rainbow, but just on the edges. This other option here actually was just getting the doughs and just like putting one on top of the other and pressing it so that it kind of expands out, so you almost got like spirally again. But that would be more like a spherical rainbow, which I know that's kind of ironic saying that because we're doing like a round pizza. But I've come to the conclusion that what we're gonna do is get our different colors. Sorry, like this, I've got like 6 primary rainbow colors. And this is probably not the right order. In fact, I'll put it on the screen right there. Create like bands, like an actual rainbow in lines that will then roll out and perhaps cut slightly into the pizza shape to give us, well, hopefully a rainbow pizza base. So let's go. Part of me is actually quite worried about what color my hands might look like later on in this video, but let's just go with it for the time being. We have got some warm water here, and this is just a sachet of fast action yeast, some sugar. You can start to see like little bubbles forming already. If only it knew what it was potentially going to come today. It has been 15 minutes. Look, it's a little bit like a Guinness. Just to show, I mean, look at this. That is some great, look, there you go. That is some extremely enthusiastic yeast. Wow. All right, so we're gonna get a massive bowl, a kilo of 00 flour. Let's get the good stuff for that in. I'm using about 4/5 of that yeast. Just let it stir around, absorb. Before it does too much, we've got some salt too. And because we're using my outdoor oven, this is a tip that someone gave me recently. Remember we did the black pizza as well? Apparently adding oil into the dough, if you're going to take it to a super hot heat like we will be, because it's in there for such a short amount of time, it kind of has no benefit to being in the dough, really. A lot of people seem to back that up and mentioned like smoke points in olive oil as well. So yeah, I'm going to avoid that today. But I'm not letting this fool me just yet. The aim is to try and not have to add any flour at all. Basically because I've used up all the 00 flour, the James Bond flour. So what I'm gonna do now is weigh, it's like a big piece of cauliflower, weigh this so we got 6 even amounts. In the words of Homer Simpson, dough, in literally every sense. 6 dough balls, I've just sort of rounded them a little bit. They've already started to go, hey, let's go, let's start growing. Not yet, let's get messy hands. I've got some red food dye here. I've not got loads of massive bowls, but I have got lots of these little ones. So I think what we'll do is push an indent into the middle and we'll squeeze the majority of the food dye. We'll give a little bit of slack first of all. This is actually going to affect the consistency, so I might need flour in a bit. Need, well, hey, not the time for puns, Barry. The time is to make this dough hopefully red. And there we go, my fingers are right on it now. Oh wow, look at my hands. But that is really vibrant now. Blimey. Looks like a heart. Look at that. Right, I've got to do that lots more times, but the cool thing is we can get this thing going in a bowl. Oh no, this has got like red food dye marks on it now. By the time I'm done, I'm gonna make a rainbow on that, but it can sit in the bowl so it can prove and rise. Right, 5 more times, I'll show you them as we get to them. All right, there is our orange one, which literally does look like a bit of a confused orange, doesn't it? I've got to be honest, as I start doing the yellow one, it feels like I've just put paint to it. That's really vibrant already. All right, there's the green one. And out of all of them, it's the most sort of like speckly. But again, the color is strong. Just making the blue one. And I would say it's more sort of like turquoise. It's kind of like swimming pool blue, you know? But either way, they're all packing a punch. I do feel like a Smurf though. Look at that thing. Looks like a yam. I've still got a little bit left. Oh, look at my fingers. Oh my gosh. Nice. So let me show you what this one looks like alongside the others, and it should hopefully be very vibrant. Oh wow, look at that. I'm looking at what you can see on the screen there. Look at those colours. Like, as I was doing them separately, I was like, yeah, that's kind of orange. Orange looks amazing. Look, you can see these are the first two we've done, how much they've doubled in size, going right back. Obviously the bowls are slightly different. Look at our purple now. It's kind of like, oh right, I've got some work to do. That yeast is going well in there. I really want to nail one pizza base, because if we've got anything left over, I want to have some fun with that. Now, normally when I make this, I'd leave it in the fridge for 48 hours to really develop that flavour. But today is all about visual, and I think that sums it up quite well. But the purple does need time to catch up. So whilst it's doing that, we'll dye our cheese. So this is what a kilo of mozzarella looks like split into 6, roughly 166 grams. This is what food dyed fingers look like that will not come off. But one thing I discovered with that rainbow grilled cheese is you can dye cheese like this. So this is pre-grated stuff, and although effectively you feel like you're coating the outside, when it melts, it does fuse together most of the colour that you impart on it. So we're going to dye with those same colours all 6 of these, and then see how to strategically position them on our pizza. Make sense? To help achieve it, we're going to mix it in a bowl. In fact, that's a mixing bowl. Oh, that's why they call it that. And we are going to load that on there. That is amazing. Next colour. All right, orange looks pretty good, although I feel like I could probably replace that with just some grated carrot or something. Right, now we're going to do yellow, which, ironically, do I really need to dye it? I mean, mozzarella is kind of pale, isn't it? It has definitely brought the vibrancy up, hasn't it? Looks like little grated pieces of sunshine. Oh, green is looking good. Okay, and here's the blue one, which is probably, I think, out of all the colours, probably like the least of true to it. It's slightly, I'd say, more turquoise, but compared to everything else, it's going to stand out a charm. And I think if I was in any doubt about the blue right now, as I see even the cheese lined up like that, that has definitely worked. It's only spitting with rain, as we say here in the UK. It could go off any minute, but we need to get that oven going because we're pretty much there now. Oh, there you go. As you can see, it's pretty cold right now, so we've got to get it nice and warm. So I'll be back out here in a bit. Okay, folks, so I've just got the red dough first of all. Look, it is quite marbly, actually. So this is half of the amount we've got. I'm really hoping that we nail this first time. So we should be able to get a rainbow along here. Hopefully like this. Oh my gosh, how good does that look? Ah, yes, it looks like Play-Doh. And that's way too big, and I've got double that amount left, which is great. Okay, here we go. What will this look like? Oh wow, that is so cool. Oh wow. I am so glad I've done it like this now. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. Just give myself maximum dimensions on the peel. Oh look, I've actually got bunting. Dough bunting. Like I say, this is not really about the flavour. This is more of a visual. Come on, mate. Oh my word. Oh my word, oh my word. Oh, that is amazing. Now I mold this over, I'm like, oh, do I put like a tomato sauce on it? I think in the nicest possible way. And I've been thinking about this an awful lot. And don't get me wrong, if you don't like it, do it yourself. Look at that crust. Oh my God, this is amazing. Why haven't I done this before? I've just been thinking about this bit also way too much. I was gonna do red, orange, yellow, like going the opposite way, but then it'll all potentially merge. So we've gone to the effort of making red cheese and red dough. So why not keep it together? What I do think is important is that we still make it look a little bit like a pizza. So there is one ingredient on top. Our one ingredient is pepperoni. Just staggering them between the coloured layers. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is really cool. I really want this to work now. Right, to the pizza oven. Here we go. Look at it. Oh my word, look at it already. It is puffing up like crazy. Oh, that looks amazing. Oh my word, I want a little bit of blistering on that cheese. get a load of that. And I can see a dog licking his lips. I don't know if there's any sort of cheese put. Oh my gosh, look! So here we go. That is amazing. It's got a nice little crunch on the crust, nice and charred on the bottom. The thing is, it just doesn't look like pizza. It's like those therapy diet tapes that tell you to like think that chocolate tastes like an apple and vice versa. So you're like, ooh, absolutely phenomenal. We've nailed that. So with that tick in the box, I was gonna possibly look at doing a calzone, which, there you go. But I referenced that I did a rainbow grilled cheese before, like ages ago. But I didn't do it with rainbow bread. Now this is a bit of an experiment. I've got this amount of dough left for each one. It's quite thin. So red, orange. All right, that's the purple done. And look, that has gone quite steaky actually. Cover that up. And I'm hoping this is gonna help make rainbow bread for our rainbow grilled cheese. Let's see what this looks like in a bit. But this is awesome. Oh my gosh, I wanna frame it. Okay, it has been, as I peel this back very carefully because I don't wanna knock it. I should have oiled it really. I didn't think it was gonna hit that high. Let's see what this turns out like. All right, in you go. Here we go then. This has been out of the oven quite a while. I just let it cool in the tin. It got browned on top. Sounds hollow when I tap it. Let's have a look. Ooh. Ooh. Oh wow. That's so cool. I'm gonna look where you see, all right? See if I see it at the same time as you. Here we go. Whoa! I mean, it's a little biased. The orange was having a great time. But my doorbell's gone. That's blooming worked. I'll slice it up. There's grilled cheese. I've just added on that top layer. And if I just part away the debris, we have got a fantastic slice there, which if I reverse that now, I mean, you'd take that if that was just plain bread, like I did all those years ago, but now we have improved it with actual rainbow bread. That's so cool. Right, let's get this on a frying pan. Oh, a little bit of rogue cheese has got under it. Definitely sizzling. This is like literally, oh, what are we doing? Look. Oh my gosh, it's like a rainbow coming out of it. I love that top there. See how we just got a little charring on it? Oh, now we're gonna get it. Oh, yes, there it is. That is blooming hot. I mean, potentially, look at that. Oh, you got a little mini rainbow going on. Look, that is awesome. Oh, look. And it's because it's, I mean, it's really hot, hopefully you can see that. But because the cheese is starting to cool a bit, it's getting a bit stretchy. But just like the pizza, oh, that's hot. That is indeed a proper rainbow grilled cheese, or a toasty as we'd call it in the UK. The bread is good. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what I'll rainbow next, but if you've got any ideas, do let me know. See you later. Bye. Try and turn the camera off and it's going to look like I've murdered someone or something. I'm going to use my knuckle. Hang on, if this works, let's see.